Probably the most asked question that I get when I tell people that I took down all my upper cabinets is, Valentina, hello and happy Friday to you. This is where we have spent all of our time, and not cooking, but cleaning. We've been cleaning this place up, and I've given it a luxury little zhuzh on it. If you guys are regulars, you've probably already noticed that I've made some changes. I'm gonna show you everything that I've done and what I plan to do now that I have given this place a really good clean. I thought maybe you might want to see how I've cleaned out the pantry and some of the plans that I've got, and we're just gonna give you a tour of the kitchen. If that sounds like fun, make sure you hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and yeah, let me know down in the comments if you want more luxury content. So what possessed me to suddenly do a luxury overhaul on my kitchen? Well, we have been working on some amazing luxury homes. We're getting to do a lot of luxury makeovers. This week we've got big projects that we're working on. We're making over our client's home. He's going to be putting it on the market and hopefully buying something else, and we're wanting to give the home a luxury makeover. His home needs a complete overhaul, and we want to give it a really beautiful luxury modern look. Because we've been working on so many luxury properties, it's really kind of gotten our heads, and I just felt like, you know, I just want to do this to my own home. I'm tired of having too much clutter. I'm ready to just purge. So we were supposed to be cleaning out the basement over the weekend, and instead we just actually put more in the basement. So we still have to sort through everything, whether it's going to go to Goodwill or it's going to get sold or put away for our upcoming projects. But I'm really enjoying how minimal the kitchen is, and let me bring you in closer and show you probably the biggest change we've made. We have taken down the open shelving and instead opted for something more minimal, something that's a little bit more bold, and replaced it with one of my own abstract pieces. And I kind of love it. I gotta admit, I kind of love it. I felt like maybe the shelving just felt a little bit cluttered. I was constantly trying to rearrange them, and I just woke up one day and just realized I would rather create a bigger focal point, because this is what you see from the family room when you look in. It's really kind of the focus when you walk into the space, and I just felt like the first impression was so cluttered. So I took out my open shelving, and I'll show you where I've put everything in just a minute. But I'm really loving how clean and crisp and modern and luxurious it now feels. Some of the accessories that made the cut, they got to stay. I've got my marble little serving board. I just love having marble. I think it's always a good material. My wood cutting board that's in this little grayish tone. I really love this. I wanted to take a little bit of the rusticness out of here. If you're trying to achieve a luxury look, having clean lined cutting boards rather than the rustic ones will really help to give you that kind of look. Now, of course, I had to have my Nespresso because it's my heart and soul, and I use it too often to not have it out. And for now, I have my little Astier de Valette it's supposed to be a planter, but I'm using it to hold my little pods. I think it would be really fun to also maybe have something in brass or marble sitting here. I might be adding more stuff in the coming days, but for now, I just wanted it to be really minimal to give me just a really good, clean baseline so I could decide, what did I want? Do I love this? For example, if I decide to leave this piece, Jack actually hung it a little bit high, and it needs to come down and have a picture light over it to really complete the look. So he's a little bit slow to want to make changes, so sometimes I need to just show him and then he jumps on board. And I realized that I could do whatever I wanted, but it is kind of fun when you're designing your home with somebody to feel like they're on board with you and you're gonna enjoy it together. Yes, picture light above, that'll come down a little bit. I've got some eucalyptus, which I found at Whole Foods near us. They had this different variety that I hadn't seen before, and I thought that was so pretty. And even though it's starting to dry out quite a bit, I just think it's gorgeous. I also have this really fun little pour over maker. I don't know, is it called a maker? It's not a machine. But yes, it looks like something that's come from like Dexter's laboratory. And that's why I liked it. And I've had this sitting in my cabinet for forever. So I finally pulled it out. I loved the little fluted glass on that. And I thought that it would make it a lot easier for Jack to actually be able to use this if it was sitting out, because if it's sitting at the back of the cabinet, it just proves he's not going to use it. Over here, I actually spent a good bit of Saturday scrubbing out the oven. I didn't realize just how dirty it was. So a baking soda, and I actually have a cleaning supply, which I feel like I need to show you guys because I could not get the dirtiness off of this oven. So it's already dirty again because my daughter doesn't quite understand what my version of super clean is. But yes, I've used a housekeeper just a little bit in the past. I have this idea that my children need to learn responsibility and they need to learn how to clean up their home and to keep it neat and tidy. So when she was here, she said she couldn't get a lot of the dirtiness off of the burners and the little stainless. So after she left, I tried this little cleaning supply. It's called, well, it's got the Ross. My mom got it for me at Ross for $2. It's called Bar Saver, maybe? Okay, I'll find out the name, I'll figure it out, and I'll leave a link for it. This stuff literally has saved the top of the cooktop, and it cleaned every bit of the yuck off of the oven. So this stuff is amazing, and of course it's from my mom. It's a superior cleanser for kitchen and bathroom. Now, I can't guarantee that it's all organic or anything. Probably not. However, it did actually get this clean, so yeah. I also had this fun sculptural piece. I liked bringing in the brass and the marble, and then my little brass geometric diamonds. I guess they're diamonds. I had this sitting on the shelf, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I'm not sure if it's gonna stay exactly like this, but again, I just kind of used what I had to see if I was really enjoying it and whether this idea was going to stick or if I was gonna miss the shelves and everything, and then I'm just putting it back up. But we all really love this, so I don't think it's going to go back, to be perfectly honest. We are really, really enjoying it. I have the picture taken down from here as well. It just felt so good to just have it really clean and really minimal, which I think is another sign of a luxurious home. I've left the nail for now, again, just to make sure that I'm good, but I'm pretty sure that it's not gonna go back up. And yeah, I'll just have to patch the wall there afterwards. I also got my brass knot, which you guys hear me talk about all the time, and this really pretty vase. I just love the little texture that it brings. And I found this one out in the garden. So it's real, and I'm hoping that it will actually root. That way, as long as I just keep it full of water, I won't have to water it, and I will have a perpetual plant in here. That would be awesome. Some of them have gotten so big when I rooted them in water that we've actually put them out into the garden because they're so big, and then they just start replicating, and then I'm like, okay, I just need a new one and start again. But one last thing is this really cool brass bowl. I actually found it at Target. All these things will definitely help your space just feel a little bit more alive and living, and I think that's kind of fun. Probably the most asked question that I get when I tell people that I took down all my upper cabinets is, Valentina, where does the stuff go? When we took down the upper cabinets and we gave ourselves these nice big pantries and we gave ourselves some drawers, we had plenty of space for everything that was in the kitchen being stored before, and it was maxed out before. So I like to have these really big pantries, and I've just given it a really nice zhuzh in here because I just want it to feel really nice and neat and clean. So I've lined up the coffee mugs by style. You can see I've got my signature House of Valentina mugs. I've got Royal Copenhagen. These are the ones that we bought at Amazon. I know, crazy. Got the V cup from Pottery Barn, and then everyone else's actually is back there. Everyone's got one with their initial. And then these are the ones from Home Depot. And then we've got the tea because it's cute and it looks fun. And then the Nespresso cups, and then the to-go cups up there. And then these are the baskets that we got from Home Depot that have been amazing, and I'd like to keep them a little bit handy. yes, we have the microwave put away because I just don't want to look at the microwave. My son, Landon, is the one that uses it the most. He likes to give his pizza a 30-second reheat or whatever it is that he's eating. Otherwise, I don't think we hardly ever use the microwave, actually. Yeah, so some of the other things, of course, I can't live without my little Skull salt and pepper shakers. And then down below, you can see that I've got my white plates and the matching black plates. Then we've got all the glassware down here, and even down below, I've got the blue ones that we got from Amazon. So, Amazon, right? Yes, Amazon. So I know some of you were looking for these for a while, and I don't know if they're still available, but I'll leave links for all the stuff that I love and I think that you would definitely want. Basically, I cleared out a lot of the non-matching plates. When I lived in Denmark and even in Morocco, so many people were like, oh, it looks really good to have mismatched plates, and I would buy one to stage a photo, and then I just ended up with a big stack of mismatched plates, and it kind of drives me crazy. We literally never use them when they're like that. I really like to be able to set the table and have it look nice and neat, and I really like the pantry to be very tidy. I prefer this over having too many options. So I just feel like that feels more luxurious for it to be simplified, cleaned, a little bit minimal. Yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys think. Over here, we did have a big cabinet here, and we decided to go ahead and take it out because if somebody was sitting here with the chair out, the cabinet was just too deep, and it was deeper than the cabinet over here where the TV is currently resting, but it's going to go up on the wall when I have the electrician come. And it was just too crowded. It just was not functioning for us as a family. So I need to decide what I'm going to do with the space. So I thought about maybe putting up a mirror because that would reflect light back, which would be very pretty. I've also thought it'd be really fun to have a cabinet that would not be so deep where we could store all the barware. Jack has suggested that we have open shelving, but since I feel the constant need to put things away when they're sitting out on open shelving, I think I'm just not gonna go that route. I just think it's just not gonna be me. I don't like having a lot of things out to look at, which, yeah, you're gonna see that like, some of my rooms, like I have books out and I have little things, but when every room in the house starts to have too much stuff in it, I just feel like it's just too much and I don't really enjoy it. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you would put here. Originally, when we very first moved into the house, we had a bench and a piece of art. That could be really pretty too. But I think whatever we put here needs to at least have some sort of conversation with the TV wall. So you can see we hung 2 art prints up there, and we're gonna hang the TV, like I said, on the wall. And Jack is trying to convince me to use this piece in the family room instead of the little console table, but then we'd have to buy something else for here. So I'm like, this is fine for now. I just thought it'd be really fun to show you how easy it is to just literally clear your space out, put a few key accessories back into your kitchen and into your area, and have some blank spaces to allow yourself, when something isn't working, to just do something different. A lot of times you can relocate something. The cabinet that we've had here for a while wasn't really functioning. The leg was actually starting to fall off, and the guys that came and got it said they were gonna fix it and they had a great spot for it, so it's perfect. It's perfect. So I think something more minimal, something that feels a little bit luxurious. You can see here, now that I kind of get out of the way, how I've given myself an amazing focal point by putting the art piece up there. Now, I've got some frames that are sitting on the floor back there. My camera cut off because apparently my card is full. So we're gonna take that as a sure sign that I should stop chatting too much. But before you run off, I thought it'd be really fun to show you the frames that I'm thinking about putting up over the door off to the side. The kitchen is just a little bit awkward. And honestly, what I should have probably done was close that in and close that little doorway. But the thing is that this doorway would then be the only way to access the side of the house. And I didn't like that feeling. And I wanted to have the storage here. I don't know, I guess I was just stubborn. Everybody wanted me to open the wall up and just open it more, but I liked having some privacy from the front door, and I like having a little bit of separation. So I am dealing with the issues that I have created for myself by being stubborn and not closing that wall in. And because the truth is that when we're not filming, a lot of times that door is open and the kids come and go from my office, and it's just really nice to be able to see through that area. And I just didn't want to close it in. So I was a little bit stubborn, and now I am having to style it up a little bit so that when the doors are shut, I think maybe it feels a little bit more dressed up. So I was thinking some of these frames over that doorway, and I will create some abstract art to go in them that's really muted and soft so that it feels like it's been decorated, but it doesn't feel too full. If I keep going down this route, which I think I'm going to because I'm really enjoying this, I'm probably gonna switch out my wood stools. I've been thinking about this for a really long time. I want to go velvet and brass, and I may actually make that light bigger and just a little bit more substantial to really fill the space, especially now that the shelving is not there. So yeah, just some little tweaks like this can really make a big difference, even if you're not doing a complete overhaul of your space. I've heard a lot of people telling me recently that they did a modern farmhouse and they're wanting to kind of change things up a little bit. So I thought it'd be really fun to share some of the ways that I'm just tweaking what I've got. I'm not spending hardly any money, and it's just gonna give me a completely different look. Since my camera card apparently is full and it's gonna keep cutting off every 30 seconds, I think I'll end here for the day. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit random to just suddenly give you a luxury zhuzh on the kitchen tour, but I hope that it's inspired you to enjoy your space. I hope it's inspired you to create a space that you really love and to tweak and to make it your own, even as you go along. After you've been in the house for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it's never too late to just create something that you really love, and especially when so much of the accessories are really affordable, I say go for it. So you guys let me know if you like it and if you want to have more content like this, because I may be working on other spaces of the house. You know that's gonna happen, right? Once this is like, ooh, that feels really good, then of course I'm gonna keep moving around the house. So let me know if you want more content like this down in the comment section. And otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by. And yeah, don't forget you can check out the playlist if you're just catching up on the Friday with V playlist. I have got to go find my coffee. I am parched, and get back to work. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. And even this week, we're working on our client's flat makeover, or in the US we say apartment, I guess, or condo, yeah. That was very British, I don't know where that came from.